Today I'd like to talk about the unique forms of Japanese faith. To explain this, I'll start by telling you about this place. This is Sensoji Temple, one of the most famous tourist spots in Tokyo. It's so famous that I probably don't even need to explain it, but I'll give you a quick overview. This place is considered to be the oldest temple in Tokyo. It's said to have been founded in 628. Many other temples were established by influential monks or rulers, but Sensoji has traditionally been a temple for the common people and has been cherished by them for centuries. I want to focus on this. This is the main hall of Sensoji Temple, and right next to it, it is Asakusa Shrine. Sensoji is a place of worship for Buddhism, whereas Asakusa Shrine is dedicated to the Shinto religion, and they are on the same premises. Let's think about this situation. Buddhism originated in India and was introduced to Japan in the 6th century. On the other hand, Shinto is an indigenous faith unique to Japan and often described as a form of animism. It is said to have developed during the Jomon period, which lasted from about 13,000 years ago to around 2,300 years ago. It is believed that nature is a place where a soul or a spirit resides. And in Japanese mythology, some kami or Shinto deities appear in human-like forms. For example, Izanagi, Izanami, or Takemikazuchi. I haven't played it myself, but I heard they even appear in a game called Monster Strike. So maybe some of you have heard their name before, but I'm not sure if Monster Strike is popular overseas. But anyways, Shinto originally existed in Japan and later Buddhism was introduced in the 6th century. There was much discussion and even conflict about whether to adopt Buddhism, but eventually it was accepted in Japan. I think in most countries the state religion tends to be unified into just one. But interestingly, in Japan, Shinto and Buddhism not only existed side by side, but also blended together over time. This situation lasted for over 1,000 years. And about 150 years ago from now, Shinto and Buddhism were separated by government policy. But even today, there are still many places where traces of the influence of Shinto-Buddhist syncretism remain. That's why the temple and the shrine can exist within the same ground in Sensoji Temple. By the way, Japanese people are sometimes criticized for being vague. I mean, we don't really say things straight, like in black and white. I think this is influenced by the way of thinking in Shinto. Shinto is said to have developed during the Jomon period, as I said, which is thought to have been a remarkably peaceful time in Japanese history with almost no trace of domestic conflict found, suggesting that the Japanese have long been the people who prefer harmony over fighting. We have Japanese words wa or wasuru, which means harmony, and we Japanese value harmony then and now. So it can be said that Japanese people have valued living peacefully without conflict. Once things are judged in black and white, conflict tends to arise. To avoid that, it seems we have embraced ambiguity. With this foundation, I believe that when different religions or cultures were introduced to Japan, the attitude of Japanese was first to accept them, adopting them, and incorporating them into their own lives. One example is that this is often called crazy by people from overseas. Many Japanese visit the Shinto shrine for New Year's, have their wedding in the church, and hold their funeral according to Buddhist traditions. Even as a Japanese person, I find it strange, but this is just the Japanese way, living together in harmony without conflict. I mentioned that the Japanese people visit shrines for New Year, but it's also fine to visit temples. Some people even go to both. You might think that's inconsistent, but in Japan, it's not considered a problem. As I've mentioned, there's a historical reason for this. One more thing to add. In Japan, Shichifukujin or the 7 lucky gods are very popular. You might come across pictures like this showing all 7 gods riding together on a single boat. What's interesting is that only one of them comes from Japan, while the others are from various traditions including Hinduism and Taoism and other religions. Personally, I think this is the ultimate form of peace, since gods from different religions are all riding together on the same boat. In this way, Japan has developed by peacefully embracing various cultures. I think that's something quite unique about Japan. And I still have more to talk about, but it's getting a bit long, so I'll stop here for today. As you can see, I'm still learning English, and it's not always easy to explain things about Japan in English, but I'd be happy if you could learn even a little about Japan. Thank you for watching.